Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So, yeah, as soon as this game was announced, I was definitely excited for the idea of a new Marvel vs. Capcom. Though, I have to say, ever since its announcement and on its road towards release, there's definitely been some controversy and whatnot. And I definitely agree with a lot of what people are saying, regarding the presentation and basically how the game looks and such. But, they did take some time to at least polish a few things about it, and overall, even despite all that, the gameplay looks very solid, and I did play through the demo multiple times, and I found the gameplay to be quite fun, in fact. So far I just did some basic training and even some missions just to get a real feel for the mechanics, since I didn't really get to test out the game's mechanics in anywhere but the story mode in the demo, which was very annoying. So we'll see if we can do some solid work here. So we're going to start with the story mode because I figure that's the best place to start in a game like this. So we're going to see some interesting, things regarding, because the thing is I love crossovers in all kinds of media, and I think it's really cool for one of these games to have a full-fledged story mode, even if it might not be very good. So we'll just see how it works out. So let's just get started. Yeah, new game. Let's get going. I'm gonna try to talk as least as I can during the cutscenes, even though you can probably look up the cutscenes without any sort of commentary. So yeah, let's just, if I find something to comment on, I will. So let's just watch this for now.
Each of them imperfect, each afflicted with the cancer of organic life. From their ruins, a new universe shall be forged in the fire of the stones of reality and space. All life remade in our image, in steel, free from the sins of the flesh. We are Ultron Sigma. We are your god.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen this cutscene, at least all the ones, all the people who play the demo. Oh yes, and by the way, I turned on subtitles, because that's not how it is defaultly. I'm not sure if that's a word.
Captain America, our teams are in position.
So we have our little roll call here.
Massive at the palace gates.
Then let's not keep them waiting. Heroes, move out!
Okay, so yeah, like I said, I've gone through this tons and tons of times just to test out the mechanics and see how much training I could do with these characters, but now we just kind of whale through these boring-ass Ultron bots, or drones, or whatever.
With us together, this'll be a sin.
So I guess I might as well provide some input. Yes, I know. I'm not going to do that stupid, just press square repeatedly to do a combo because, not much challenge. So I'm not a filthy casual. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I don't know. Making a game more accessible, you just kind of really have to have a solid tutorial, in my opinion, as to how the game's mechanics work. But at the same time, I guess I'll let this cut out. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's pretty much the worst thing about this game, is that just one delivery of, if you want to call that voice acting. I don't know, it's just every time that plays, I just cringe. It's just, I don't know.
Chun-Li, Captain Marvel.
And yes, Chun-Li's voice is different. Her English voice. And speaking of English voices, this game actually, I was actually surprised to learn that this game did not have Japanese voices for the Capcom side of the roster. Which kind of says, some things about where the team's priorities were, because presentation wasn't as important to them. I mean, they nailed the gameplay, which is good enough for me, but it would have been nice to have a little bit of extra steps taken to have the game have more polish. In some areas, at least. Oh, God. See, it's like, I've been in training for a bit, and I've just been trying to pull off these more advanced combos, or at least these basic ones. Even when I try to do the basic ones, it just seems to knock these guys out in, like, half of it. Not really showing off any super moves or whatever. Yeah, let's give Chun-Li some spotlight. Okay, that's a nice way to end it, I guess. This minute part of the game.
Ready for round 3? Different streets, same fight.
So yeah, I'm forced to listen to the much inferior English voices of these Japanese characters. Well, not Japanese because Chun-Li's not Japanese, but you get what I mean.
Doctor Strange!
I just bumped against my pop filter. Yeah, I thought that, you know, the way that scene ended was odd when I played the demo first. Alright, so here we have Ultron Sigma.
The Prince of Asgard has come home. Go, show him what we've made of you.
So yeah, in one review I saw in of this game,
Sir Arthur, not bad for one so small.
And you, Thor, are indeed mighty, for a heathen god.
I'm just gonna cut myself off because just to let this
What's
cutscene
this?
play.
Fresh fodder.
No, stay your lunch. My people, what has become of them?
Thor.
No need to panic, big guy. They're just taking a nap. They'll be fine. Eventually.
Stark? Spencer?
Nice. Weapon, Lancelot. Compensating for something?
Only your foolishness, Iron Man.
Ha! I like him!
So yeah, as I was saying before I cut myself off during that cutscene, I saw one review of this game where they said Thor looks, you know, generic, like, you know, like someone they just sort of slapped armor on, but I don't know, it's like, he looked this way in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, except that this game just doesn't really have that comic book look, and they went for a more quote-unquote realistic look, which I think kind of does the game a bit of a disservice, because certain models look very off with this kind of art style. I'm not really even bothering to try to pull off anything fancy, because it's like with these weak-ass drones, why even bother? I guess I can try to do something like... Oh, God. Something like that, I guess. Let's give Arthur some spotlight. So yeah, like, I don't know, these cutscenes, and it's just a little bit off in some places, but overall I do like watching characters from, you know, different source material interact with each other. I've just always had a thing for that.
7-6. 9-6. Come on, Hawkeye. Man, this is getting embarrassing. Let's call it a tie.
Yo, Dante. Out of ammo. Can the ladies come out to play?
For you, Rocket.
He still looks uncanny as fuck, I'm sorry. But, I have to say,
Ivory? Care to dance?
I'm not overly fond of Raccoon's voice in this game. It's just going from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. When he was introduced in that game, he had a Cockney British accent, so which I thought made him even cooler. So, you know, in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, when I saw that he didn't have that kind of accent, I was a little bit off-put, but you know, still a very solid, fun character, and those are great movies. So, Oh god, I haven't really experimented with a lot of these characters. I'm just really trying to get through the story. Here, let's get Dante in there. Alright, so that's the helmet breaker right there. I watched a few brief tutorials on how each character works and some basic and advanced combos for them, but I never tried to pull them off because I don't know, maybe I should have given that a try while this game was still installing in training mode, but this is going to be blocked. Trying to cross them up here, trying to take advantage of these new mechanics. Yeah, not much point in doing that. It's just he was just one pixel away from death, but.
Damn, these things are like cockroaches. Have care, Commander Redfield. These were once my people. Even now they fight well.
This was my home too, Thor. Ultron Sigma is going to pay for what he's done.
So yeah, I'm not sure why I mentioned this earlier with X being shown, but I really do think it's cool that X is in this game. Like, he really did deserve, you know, some spotlight after years of not really being exposed. So I just have to wonder if this would be a bigger impact if Mega Man was not in Smash 4. Because when it was announced that Mega Man was going to be in Smash 4, people lost their shit, myself included. Is that it?
Courage, my friend. I swear I will release you from Ultron Sigma's grasp, or die trying.
Oh no, wait, this happens. I think we actually fight Ultron. Wait, no, do we? I don't think so. I think that comes later.
Where's Doctor Strange?
Captain?
Doctor, can you get us in?
The convergence has left Asgard's magic weakened. We can breach the prison's walls from here.
Good. Commander Redfield. Chris, you ready?
I'm just imagining a human being on the side of that assault. That'd be fucking brutal.
The prisoner better have the answers we need.
Oh god.
He will. He has to. Or this is the end.
Doctor?
Do you feel it? This psychic maelstrom of torment and despair.
Yeah, it sucks.
Every prison's the same.
Yeah, done a lot of hard time, huh?
No. But I've put a lot of punks like you away.
Hmm?
Halt!
Not much to say here. Oh shit, who do we use in this part? I think it's Chris and someone else. I think it's Chris and Rocket. See, this is how good my memory is. Even though, you know, despite me playing through the demo numerous times, oh god. So yeah, it is Chris and Rocket.
So much for the secret mission.
Ready. Fight.
Ugh. Yeah, not much to do here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna... Yeah. He's probably gonna block, yeah. Wow. I guess I managed to distract him until he got hit by the second part of that ultimate. Or hyper combo, whatever you want to call it.
This is it.
Oh no. Nah, bad idea.
Rocket, what is it?
Seriously? You know who this is, right? Doc, back me up here.
I'm gonna lower the volume. I don't know if there's echo being picked up from my microphone.
We've got a job to do. We're not leaving without him.
We can't hold these guys off forever.
Redfield knows what he's doing.
They're a small team. Agile. They'll get the job done.
Cap, this is Hawkeye. We're out of time. He's coming.
You see Ultron Sigma?
I've got a clear shot.
Is this I have to wonder if this model of Hawkeye is based on, you know, any pre-existing model of his, because the way he looked in Marvel's Capcom 3 was just flat out corny superhero. He had like fucking spandex and a mask. I mean, he didn't look that way in the movies, of course. That'd be too silly. But, who knows?
Taste my steel! No!
You still dare challenge us, Prince of Asgard?
You shall pay for what you've done to my people! Spencer, with me!
So, yeah, speaking of Spencer, I don't know if anyone was demanding him return in this game, but I sure as hell wasn't. I mean, you know, I'm sure he's fun to play for a lot of people, but I don't like him as a character because I just think he's the most, like, personality-wise, just so generic. Like, oh my god, in 3, he just had the most generic lines, and the way the way those lines were delivered was just, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling him. He was like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just me trying to talk. Alright, so yeah, anyway, this is the part where we fight Ultron Sigma. I think we're meant to lose here. Oh no, well, yeah, we are. Because if you can see how little damage he's taking, and also he like utterly destroys you. And he can destroy his little goon here. Not sure if there's really any point in trying to prolong this fight here. I guess I can just try to pull off as many combos as I can. Of course, that ain't happening right now. I feel there's more I wanted to talk about. There's really no point in trying to concentrate, because like I said, you're supposed to lose here. Yeah, there's some questionable returning characters in this game. Most common ones being Arthur and Firebrand. I don't mind Firebrand being back, to be honest. I liked him a lot in Marvel's Capcom 3. I played him quite often, even if he wasn't, you know, top tier or whatever bullshit they say. I just thought he was a fun character to play. I thought he was a cool character in general. But in this game, I have to say, he sounds so dumb. Like, he sounds cringe-worthingly dumb. He sounds... oh god, he sounds retarded. It's like when I first heard his voice, I felt my whole body just clench, and I'm just like... did they even try?
Do you see now how powerless you truly are?
Yeah, that's the case with a few returning characters in this game. Dormammu and Ghost Rider, they just sound so much worse.
For your people, Thor. They have achieved perfection. And soon, you shall be their prince once more. Commander Redfield, did you have something to add? Some great insight?
You're going down, Ultron Sigma.
That's it? Some banal cliche? It's fitting that those would be your final words.
Doctor, get us out of here! With pleasure, Captain.